What it's like being a millennial. Meet Michael the Millennial. Now, gentlemen, today I'd like to introduce you to Michael the Millennial. Like most millennials, Michael here is from a single mother household, psychologically feminized, and suffering from a host of mental illnesses, narcissism, regressive autism, a serious lack of interpersonal empathy, and other disorders. Good morning, Michael. How are you today? Yeah. That means good morning. Millennials aren't big into subtle pleasantries that you and I enjoy, or shaking hands. Just a fist bump for them. Eye contact's also a bit of an issue. Michael, could you put your iPhone down for a few minutes? I'd like these gentlemen to meet you. No. Okay. Michael came to us after suffering from a psychotic episode where he stripped naked and began screaming incoherently in the street while masturbating. Michael said he suffered this naked meltdown after, what was it, Michael? Breaking up with your girlfriend? Heidi, was it? Why did your girlfriend break up with you again, Michael? She said we weren't seeing each other enough. I don't know why. We FaceTimed each other every day for a year. Did you ever actually physically meet Heidi, Michael? No. You see, gentlemen, millennial relationships are pretty superficial. It's destroyed any real relationship ability among them. Millennials also seem to be historic amnesiacs. You see, for the millennial, history began when he was born. I'll illustrate. Michael, can you tell me who was president during World War I? Who cares? Probably a racist, whoever it was. Right, of course. You see what I mean? What about Barack Obama? Can you tell me about him? Oh, sure. He was the first African-American president to be elected in this racist-ass country. He was a pioneer for the LGBTQ community and gender identity. He also was the first to... Thank you, Michael. That'll do. Identity politics plays a big part in the life of a millennial because they seem to have no real identity themselves. So the need to constantly emphasize identity is a bit of psychological projection by the millennial. For instance, Michael, can you tell us who you are? I'm a gender non-conforming who occasionally identifies as a bear and a kitten, which I call a bitten. Okay, thank you, but I really meant, did you have any vocation in life, say in the arts or sciences, or something that is a driving passion in your life and gives you meaning? Exposing misogynistic Islamophobes. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Thanks, Michael. Another problem with Michael's identity complex is that he's actually affecting my other patients. At least 2 other residents are now confused about their sexual orientation, and one now identifies as a Bengal tiger. Last week, we caught her predatorily stalking the other patients while they were sleeping. Stop suppressing her. You're just a tiger phobe. Okay, Michael. The millennial also has very little empathy on an interpersonal level. For him, empathy is only ever applied on a worldly scale or in a very abstract way. As an example, Michael, I just noticed Nurse Hemsworth just dropped a tray of medication on the floor. She's 7 months pregnant. Would you mind helping her clean that up? Fuck her. You see? There's nothing there. Now, Michael, could you tell us your thoughts about women and the fourth wave feminist movement? Oh yeah, I can. Women are so important to the future. I myself identify as a feminist. But anyway, fourth wave feminists continue to fight for women equality, but are more focused on the empowerment of women in the world, pushing back against the problematic gendered norms that cause marginalization. And thank you, Michael. That's all I needed to know. Now, narcissistic personality disorder is high amongst millennials. This extreme sense of self-importance can lead them to push down others around them. Not literally, you understand, but manipulate people into thinking badly about themselves, and sometimes they do this for personal gain. Isn't that right, Michael? What? You push others down around you to make yourself feel artificially high. I think you're a Nazi. Why do you say that, Michael? You're German, aren't you? Well, yes, my mother was German, so yes. Yeah, well, I'm Jewish, and I think you and your Nazi ancestors owe me reparations. You see what I mean, gentlemen? But as a further example, just yesterday, Michael told our resident veteran, Mr. Jenkins, that his having a wheelchair instead of crutches was part of his white privilege. By the end of the day, we found poor old Jenkins lying on the floor and Michael using his wheelchair. Whee! Oh, someone help. That wasn't a very nice thing to do to Mr. Jenkins, was it, Michael? Who cares? He's a fucking shitty person. Probably a descendant of rich colonialists anyway. Fuck him. Oh, that reminds me. Regressive autism. The speech patterns of the millennial are very regressed. Now, the swearing incessantly is specifically oral regression. Here's what I mean. Michael, what do you think about the temperature in this room? Shitty. Okay, how about the food? Is the food any good at the hospital? Nah, it's shitty too. You see, to the millennial, a lot of things are shitty, including their language. The last thing I wanted to bring to your gentleman's attention is the millennial's idea of progression, which is in fact regression and pretty beastial at times. As an example, Michael here likes to dress up like, as he calls it, a bitten. He claims he is in fact part animal, and this is his way of finding himself. Michael, please take that off. Woof, woof. Michael, no one's going to pet you.
ZannMania.